Musically motivated.
Check out the website jfresh.co.uk.
Right, we're here, disturbing London Towers. Two of the freshest people in the game, J-Fresh, G-Fresh. What's going on, fam? You like that?
We're like long lost brothers.
We had to do it, man. You can see this. You can see the similarity. You can see this. Now, I need to ask you, man.
Okay.
I believe the best artists, the best selectors, they've all got the name Fresh in their name.
100%.
How true is that?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I hear a lot of talk on the road about this.
Yeah. What Freshes are there? There's Dougie-Fresh.
Took it there.
Yeah. There's yourself, G-Fresh.
There's G-Fresh repping on the mic as well, ripping the mic.
DJ Fresh has done a bit out there.
He's doing his thing as well. Mad respect. It's all good. It's all good. I like the kicks as well. You can't see the kicks on camera. You can now.
They can see that.
This is the levels. This is the fresh.
But you have to remember your socks as well are important. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, random purple socks are just for the sake of having random purple socks. But your socks are important.
We like that. We like that. Now, I'll talk to you about Alfie.
Yeah.
Which was the better film? The one with Michael Caine or the one with Jude Law?
The Michael Caine film is probably better. I think it would be like a sin to say like a remake is better than the original. So, but the Alfie, that's probably more like me. It's probably the 2004 one because he's more has more of a conscience. He's more aware of the mad stuff that he does. Whereas the Michael Caine one is a bit like raw. Yeah, I'm not that bad.
Not that bad. The story you just told me off camera about your nightclub activity.
Did it sound that bad?
We've all been there. Of course, Alfie is your EP.
Yes.
The latest that's dropped.
Yeah, and it's out now on iTunes. Everybody go and get that.
Exactly. Now, to those who don't know the difference between an EP and an album.
See, there is a difference, and an EP is normally shorter. It's basically a single. It's called extended play, so it's like a long version of a single with more songs. But I just called it an EP because I think I've done so many mixtapes. It would feel like I'm going around on a hamster wheel if I called it a mixtape. And I think it was too premature to call it an album because I think it would then increase the expectations of it. So an EP was just a safe space to be in, and they actually wanted it shorter. But I wanted to have it the way it was, and that's how it went out.
And it's the next step, progression-wise, from the mixtape on the way down.
Yeah.
It's getting so much heat right now.
No,
there's some
thank you.
strong records on there, man.
No, thank you, Robert.
You look through the track listing, there's a lot of features on there.
There are.
Was that a conscious decision, or was it just the way records come together?
It was the way they came together, and that's the thing. I didn't want it to. I just wanted it to come together in a very natural way, and to get the most talented people. So it doesn't matter who or what you did before. So most of the people on there are unknown, and a lot of them are like a lot of the producers I've never even met. It was all done online. I found them on SoundCloud, on Twitter, on a whole bunch of different places. Same as the artists, and I think that was the most important thing for me. Is just to really get talented people on there, not brand names. Apart from obviously Tiny, who's talented and a brand name. Yeah.
Now I know it's your baby.
Yeah.
But are you able to pick out one favourite track from it?
I can't say I am, and it could change any day. It depends how I feel. And like today, maybe I just say I feel like saying sometimes because of the way I start. Obviously, the way the song changes into a different song at the end, and then I start my verse, and then Tiny just takes over my verse. I think that was like an epic moment for like rap. So yeah.
I mean that right here on the iPad. That's one of my records that I was feeling. So great one. Think alike, fan. We've got this.
It's the fresh.
Exactly. We've got it. Now. A question I asked Pro Green last week, and I asked you the same question. When you're putting together like your final track listing, you've probably got a number of records to choose from. How difficult is it to pick the final ones and then to program them? Because for your EP, it's something you really listen to.
Yeah. For me, I recorded probably about 40 songs.
Wow.
But a lot of them weren't in keeping with the sound that I actually wanted. I kind of recorded them as risk protection because I was kind of like, are they gonna like this all very slow and down tempo and quite mellow? So I was like, oh, should I put some up tempo tracks in there? And then at the end of it, I just left it to how I kind of envisioned it at the beginning. And then also, if you listen to it, it's a bit of a journey of how it's like a bit of how the story goes. So on Right This Time, I basically meet a girl who's a bit loose, let's say, and it's me describing her how she is. So she came for a drink, she came for a link, came for the free drinks. No plan for her life, just a plan for the night. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's like a lot of girls in today's society, especially on social networks and stuff. And then it's about me engaging in a relationship with her for too long, which is then how we get to the song Too Long. So we have a casual relationship and she catches feelings. And then it goes into giving to you where I'm taking advantage of those feelings and basically constantly taking from her, and she's always willing to be there and give to me. And then it just carries on going down into those parts.
It's like it's storyboard.
It goes exactly, and then we even get to a song like sometimes where I don't miss the person, but they'll pass your mind from time to time. And then in between all of that, there's me talking about my relationships and other aspects of my life in terms of my daughter or my ex or my sisters and stuff like that, and how those affect me and intertwine with all of these girls and stuff. So yeah, it's real interesting, man. And point I want to pick up on, you've described quite a kind of visual element almost, 100%. The storyboarding. Yeah. And then we look at the videos that you're putting out. Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of people pay you a lot of props for the videos. Big shout out to Neil, who's always saying that you put yourself together real nice in the video. The fashion is good. It's there. The levels are high. So how would you describe your kind of like your look? How you put yourself together with the purple socks and the kicks? This kind of flavour. How would you put it into words, man?
I think versatility is one of the words I should use, because I think, and that's also like represented in my music also, because I just don't think you should be one kind of way, like in life. I don't think someone who wears a suit should always wear a suit. Like, yes, you look sharp, but if you do this 365 days a year, it just becomes vanilla. Do you see what I'm saying?
You lose the impact.
Exactly. So for me, it's like going from that tweed suit and fly knits in Falling High to then all black yet still quite smart in Hardest Part, and then going for like a sense like all denim I wore in the Panic Hole video, just for the sound and the feel of the music. So I wore the denim, for example, because that Porsche was I can't remember what film it's from, but it's a 1969 Porsche. It's very similar to like the James Dean Porsche, very American. He would be like denim on denim, cowboy
so
kind of look. Yeah. So and then somehow subconsciously in your mind it just works because you've seen it kind of somewhere before, but you don't know where. So that's how I do it, yeah.
Versatility. You happy with that? The business element of being an artist now and having a strategy and a plan is really important. Another guy I spoke to recently, Furky, was saying about how he's putting his business plan in place. With you have the academic background as well. So for you, how do you monetize kind of your fans, but in the right way?
I mean, first and foremost, I came into the game and I found I was just spending a lot of money. So what I decided to do is basically something you learn in economics, which is called vertical integration, and it's to then become all the parts of the cog, so you get to pay yourself. So then eventually I started a production company. So now instead of me paying for videos, I had the company to do it, and then on top of that I was charging other artists for the videos. Same as CD duplication. So at first I was printing my first 5,000 CDs, having to pay someone. Then I bought the burners myself, burn my own CDs and burn other people's CDs, so on and so forth. Then we were like one of the first ones to even bring in like clothing, so that was another way to add another revenue stream to what we were doing. And then, because this is a time where you still want people to hear the music, so charging them for the music wasn't for me an option until now. This is the first project I've put out there and actually asked people to pay for. And it's basically finding, and now obviously you get shows naturally, you can sell music, you can sell merchandise. I still have the production company, all of the rest of it. So I suppose it was, as I said, just me trying to get paid for all the stuff I was paying for.
I love the business acumen and the concept of you're kind of self-contained in that way.
100%, and that's why, like, I'm signed, but the labels have nothing to do with any of this. Everything I do is me, and when I say me, I mean me personally. That's my pocket. You see that video? That's my money.
That's where it's come from.
Yeah,
I love that, man, because that's exactly how I do my stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
It has to be done.
Yeah, people, once you can do that, nobody can take anything away from you. even if a label funded you, you're never going to fall to the bottom. You're only going to fall to where you were. Do you see what I'm saying?
And you've already got your base to work from. And your control.
Exactly. So
especially creatively.
This is it. So no one can tell me nothing, from the artwork to the physio. Nobody tells me nothing. I bring it. This is what it is.
Now, we're not going to talk about MTV rapper lists. We're not going to talk about that. That's been done to death.
Yeah.
But are UK artists still massively underrated as a whole?
Yeah.
Undervalued? Underrated?
I think we're underrated in the sense that people like take our thing for like a joke. Oh, he's an urban artist, and then when you look at the charts and all this stuff and what we do independently, no other genre can come anywhere close to that. Do you see what I'm saying? Nobody, you'll never see another person sitting at number one in their genre for the whole week, or even getting into the top 20, like say Krypton Conan. They've got the Guinness World Record for the highest charting independent act. So how can you take the urban scene for a joke? That's one thing you can't do.
And why do you think it is underrated? And if you've got this stuff to back it up with?
Because it's this perception because that's the position we've always been in the past. You kind of forget the things we are doing. So it's like so many more of us have to do it for them to understand.
So that's what needs to happen in order, you think, in order for it to get full acceptance?
100%, because it's like you start at minus when you're a rapper a lot of times. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it's a hard talent to judge. It's not like a singer where, oh, that sounds nice, I like that. Do you see what I'm saying? To rap, you need to know. To like rap, you kind of need to know a little bit about it. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's one of them things. It just is what it is.
I think it's important that you need to know where you come from in order to where you need to go to next.
Yeah.
But we talk about people at the start of their rap careers. What kind of qualities do you believe are important for aspiring rappers or people who want to pick up the pen?
I think probably the main thing nowadays is to be unique, because so many people are doing it, that you need to have your USP, like what makes you different from everybody else. Like, and if you want to do this gangster thing, then better be a gangster, like, because in England we don't let that whole, you can't fabricate a story. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you, whatever you do, and I think the easiest way to find that uniqueness and that USP is to be yourself. So if you work in a corner shop and that, and you have a paper round, rap about that.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
Talk about your future
This
goals
is
and
it.
dreams, but talk about what wants
This
to
is
be.
it, because there's going to be loads of people that work in a corner shop and have paper rounds and all the rest of it that can relate to you. Do you see what I'm saying? So talk about your girlfriend didn't pick up the phone all night yesterday and you're pissed off, because people are going to understand that. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think when you're just yourself, nobody else can be you. So that's the easiest way to be unique.
That's a real strong point, man. For you yourself, how long do you think until you're in a position where you can go, bang, I'm going to release a kind of mainstream, or I hate the word commercial, but a commercial single?
It's so mad, like we're all so close. Like there's a saying that we all have, and that's that, like we're one song away. Because a lot of us, it is that, like one song change your life.
Can change everything, yeah, man.
So you look at even someone like Meridian Dan, who wasn't necessarily, he's been in the scene for a long time, but being on hiatus and all the rest of it, but then all of a sudden one song, bang, then you're the guy. Same as Tiny. It's like, so that one song, obviously you have to do your groundwork first and foremost, but once you've done that, it can happen at any moment. It could be today, it could be in 5 years time, you just never know.
The sooner the better, I believe.
100%, I'm sure, so I hope so, you know.
Now, the final question for you, something that has gone crazy on the internet right now. We were talking off camera a moment ago. Ice Bucket Challenge.
I don't get this. So like, you do the challenge, and then you challenge other people otherwise. So if you don't do the challenge, you donate. So if everyone's doing the challenge, who's donating? I don't understand.
We were in conversation about it. I mean, for those who don't know, it's Lou Gehrig's disease is what they're trying to raise awareness and money for. But the idea being that, I don't know how it started, but for example, Wretch might do it and nominate a few people, including yourself. You have to do it and then nominate a few people. But there was the Charlie Sheen one, where he didn't do it with the water. He done it with 10k, and he went, I nominate X, Y, and Z, and obviously that's a direct donation. But I believe the figure, how much?
15 million.
Apparently, has been raised off the back of this.
Then that's good. If they're doing it, because I thought they were saying like, if you don't do it, you donate. I didn't get it.
Yeah, that's one way to get
it.
I
mean, because they're raising awareness, which is good. And then like I saw Iggy Azalea's one, and if you ain't seen that, that's the one to watch.
That's the one to watch, yeah.
Trust me, yeah. So I get it in that sense, and yeah, if they're raising money, then it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
So you haven't been nominated yet?
No.
But if you did, would you do it?
Yeah, champagne in a bucket. So
and who else would you then nominate? I'm putting this out there, so when the video goes up, someone's going to do it and then choose you, and then you get to choose 3 more people.
I mean, unrealistically, it would be someone like Nicki Minaj or someone that I want to see in a bikini. Yeah.
Coca-Cola shake.
Yeah,
You like that?
And realistically, it would still be a female. But it would probably be someone that none of you lot know, just like someone I saw in a club or something that I thought was nice and found on Instagram. That's who I'd nominate. Yeah.
Not a girl from Southampton.
No, you never know. Southampton popping. I told you.
Listen, it's been great to catch up with you, man. Good luck with the EP and everything else going on.
Thank you.
Don't forget, follow G-Fresh on Twitter. He's doing a lot right now.
And get Alfie. It's out now. iTunes and all your local online. They're all local because they're online, so it's all
everywhere.
It's everywhere. Don't get that.